Well, today we want to talk about conformation, or in general, the conformation of different spatial arrangements of a structure. For example, let's start with a simple example, like ethane. We know that ethane consists of a bond between two CH3 groups. But what about the conformation and spatial arrangement of this structure in three-dimensional space? Let's draw it and then talk about it. One of the conformations related to ethane is the eclipsed conformation or form. Well, the eclipsed form is such that all the bonds are aligned opposite each other. That is, if you consider this carbon and this hydrogen, there is exactly another hydrogen directly opposite it. And the hydrogen is behind another hydrogen in the adjacent atom. The point is that you should remember the symbols when you see this solid structure. This means towards the outside of the page, and this means towards the inside of the page, shown as a dashed line. And this is the one with a regular line, which is actually on the plane. So, our conventional symbols are a simple line means on the plane, dashed means inside the plane, and solid means outside the plane. So keep this point in mind. Why do we call this form eclipsed? Because we want to examine this exactly in this video. So look at the eclipsed form. Let's consider the structures in 3 dimensions with the help of what has come down here, see? If these are carbon and these are hydrogen groups, I want to visualize exactly this structure above here. See, when I do this, look, in fact, I am changing my viewing angle, my perspective. See, when I want to look at it from the side, all the bonds that are placed in the back atoms align exactly on top of each other, and this means an eclipsed or covered form. So look, now these two hydrogens are the same hydrogens, or these two hydrogens. See, one is this hydrogen, and one is this hydrogen when I look from the side. These are the two cases, and these two hydrogens are exactly these two in this shape. Well, very good. Now, please note, this is my structure, and now I want to go over these symbols once again. From this structure, let's go over this structure together once more to see if the eclipsed form we drew here is correct, reminiscent of this ethane structure. So look, what I do is draw 2 carbons. I have a hydrogen pointing upwards and on the plane. Why do I say on the plane? Because look, it's neither inward like this, nor outward like this. It's exactly in the middle of these two, so it's on the plane, and pointing upwards, so I draw it. Well, the next hydrogen is this one. this hydrogen is pointing out of the plane, meaning as you are looking at the monitor, it is coming towards you. Look, it is pointing out of the plane. So, for outward, we said we use this symbol. So, one hydrogen. Here I have, well, and what is the next structure? It's a hydrogen that is positioned towards the back. This hydrogen is thus shown as a dash. Well, this is also a hydrogen. Now, regarding the right side of this carbon, which is this. Well, I draw a hydrogen upwards on the plane, a hydrogen behind the plane downwards, and a hydrogen outwards from the plane. Well, so you see, this structure is exactly equivalent to this structure. You don't do this structure, so the eclipsed form is like this. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, and share it with your friends as well.